Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? The Kingu of Lightning is here today, bringing you guys and gals One Piece. Whoa. Yeah, One Piece, chapter 811 review. Now, first of all, I hope that you guys have a very good holiday season, I suppose. Whatever you celebrate, all right, as long as you're not killing anybody, okay, enjoy it. That's number one. Number two, this week, and this is like the last chapter of the year, too, which is shocking. Because you would think for the last chapter of the year, I would do a live reaction. Unfortunately, this year has been a fairly busy year for me, and it's still fairly busy. It's not stopping. So for the sake of time efficiency, today, this week, only a review for the chapters. So I apologize. But when the chapters come back, I will do a live reaction. Probably. Can't say that I will for sure, but probably. Now, that being said, this week's chapter One Piece had a fairly shocking ending. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was honestly stunned. Like, bro, my jaw dropped 3 feet. I'm staring at this, like, final page. I'm like, wait, Oda. Fuck you mean? Oda, fuck you mean? What do you mean? I thought Big Mom was out of the picture for now. We're gonna save the sweet tooth hoe for later. Oda. Like, this is why we have to put the God title on Oda, Goda. This is why sometimes he has to wear the Jesus sandals, all right? He's like, Jesus, step aside, all right? I got this, don't worry about it. Because it is genius in its simplicity. Like I was like, Oda, like, seriously? Like, you know what? Before I go any further with that, let me focus on everything else in the chapter, and then I'll save that bit for last, because that may take some time. So, first of all, the pacing overall is relatively simple, honestly, because all it really is for this chapter is flashback, real time, and it ends off on flashback, and that's really it. So nothing too big, nothing too grandiose or special. It's a very simple structure when it comes to the pacing. When it comes to characterization, nothing really there aside from perhaps Chopper, and to me, I'm like, ugh, goddamn Chopper. Because Chopper leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, fuck this goddamn reindeer. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Listen, man, I hate Chopper. Damn it. Especially when he got even cuter after the damn time skip. I'm like, shit. Like, at least back when he was badass as shit. When he was going crazy and berserk. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And now he's all cute with Kung Fu point. I'm like, ugh. It leaves me sick to my stomach. He's too fluffy. But that being said, Chopper was the one that laid down the law. The cute and fluffy reindeer laid down the law, and he said, listen, what are you guys doing? Stop arguing, all right? We have a window here that's closing very rapidly. We can still save these folks. I mean, you would think that Jack would be more effective in killing people off. 1 billion, madman, but apparently no, he can still save them. He can still save some of these people because there's a window for the gas to take true effect, and the antidote can be made to save them, so he makes an antidote to save them, and that's how most of them are alive. Are all of them alive? Perhaps. Which again, kind of makes you wonder, I mean, Jack, he's effective, but apparently in this case, not really effective, because all the mink are alive. Yes, they went through a very bad experience, but they're all alive. So, I mean, this is classic Oda fashion, too. Like, Oda, he doesn't like killing people off. He admits that he doesn't like drawing gore, either. So, I just figure, at least have, like, 1,000 mink die. Like, at least. Like, give us some numbers here. But, because it raises the sense of danger, right? It makes Jack look a little bit more credible. Just saying. But since Chopper can, cure their ailments like that with an antidote, it is what it is. So, do I like that? No, but shit. It's a part of Chopper's characterization, and then it's a One Piece recurring theme, I suppose. And there is one last bit of characterization that I think may be the case. I'm not too sure here, but in the flashback, when Zoe takes in all that water, he does the flood over its back, and you have Sanji, Chopper, Caesar Clown, they're on like a branch. There is a moment where Sanji can hear Nami screaming from a ways away. And there is no mention, or there's no hint, that nor Chopper or Caesar Clown can hear that scream. So I'm thinking maybe that was Sanji's observation haki kicking in. And this does kind of coincide with the Punk Hazard moment, where Sanji could kind of hear the tears of Tashigi when she was dealing with Virgo. So, I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit here, but Caesar Clown nor Chopper made any note or any mention of hearing Nami screaming, but Sanji specifically did. So that is his affinity of haki observation. So that could be the case, but I'm not too sure. But that being said, again, characterization-wise, it's more so for Chopper. And finally, we have the story progression, where I think the chapter is at its strongest, because not only do you have real-time progression, but also we have flashback progression of the actual story itself, which is fairly fascinating, because normally a flashback is there for the details of events that already occurred. So, for example, finding out that Caesar Clown, the gas was called Koro, and he reversed it with a skill called Roko, and how he believed that the gas was actually very effective, even more so than what he first thought it would be. So that's fairly intriguing. The squirrel chick, her name was Tristan, and on top of that, we get to see Sanji like kicking Sheep through a different angle. How Wanda, how she attacked Nami. Nami was able to subdue her. Wanda had a bomb. She was gonna go on some suicide shit, some martyrdom, but she wound up being talked out of it by Pedro. How Chopper laid down the law, how they were able to heal the Ming, so those kind of details. But when it comes from a flashback story progression standpoint, it's later half, where we find out that Sanji and company, meaning Caesar Clown, because as far as I know, Caesar Clown, he's not there. He's not there. I can assume that Caesar Clown left with Sanji, because Big Mom does want Caesar Clown. So, because he owes him a lot. Oh, he owes him a lot. All right, this sweet tooth hoe, she wants her shit. She wants her goodies. All right, she's not skipping Christmas with them hard ass candy. She ain't. So here's the thing: Peckham's and someone else, probably time ago, because in the dialogue, Peckham's does refer to us two can handle it. So it's probably Peckham's and time ago, maybe the three-eyed chick, maybe her. I'm not too sure. Fucking maybe the three-eyed chick, but. Here's the thing. You have progression in that sense because Sanji didn't leave Zoe on like easy peasy terms. Not only that, but he left because of Peckham's and Big Mom, Big Mom's crew. And that's going to segue somehow into 2016 where it's going to be Sanji's year. And we're going to find out a lot about Sanji, according to Oda. So I do find that fairly fascinating. How we're getting story progression in flashback because the events of the flashback, because the events that we heard about in real time, we find out are not the actual events. And we're going to get the real events about what happened in flashback. So that I think is fairly interesting. And in real time, we have things like the moon, the full moon, once again being a factor. When it comes to meeting the nighttime boys, we find out how some of the mink can actually go in between the day and the night groups fairly easily, or they're allowed to. They're called the ruler's bird. So Wanda and Carrot, they're called ruler's birds, and they can do that because they're allowed to. They have that right. Also, we find out that Zoe is dubbed as a phantom island, almost like Thriller Bark, where it's moving around, it has no log post, and you can't really get back to it. So, because Sanji and Caesar Clown left, they can't return to Zoe because there's no log post that actually points to Zoe, because Zoe is a walking elephant. So that's also fairly intriguing. So these are things that we're finding out in real time. And what I gotta say is, when it comes to Sanji's current predicament, now I think about it, I think I'm better off saving this for a separate video, like a discussion video. I do have several theories as to what happened with Sanji, now that we know that he left because of Big Mom. a friend of mine is always going on about Sanji cooking for Big Mom, and I'm like, no, please God, yo, fuck you, Matt, fuck you. But that's not the point. Point here is this. What I think happened to Sanji is this. I think Sanji right now is on a ship with Caesar Clown, because as far as I know, Caesar Clown is no longer there on Zoe. And what he's probably doing right now is he's probably trying to lose the pursuit of Peckham's and whoever, probably Tamago. And he's probably going to try and go back to Zoe. And he's going to fail because he realized I have no law post. I can't go back to Zoe. So what he's going to probably do from there is go and take care of the only alive business involving his bounty. Because Oda did state that next year we're going to find out a lot about Sanji and his backstory and the bounty. Which means that him leaving Zoe is just a segue, if you would. It's just a segue for him doing his own thing, all the while Caesar Clown being his prisoner, being his captive, I believe. And that, I think, is what's really going on. So how that actually plays out, we'll have to wait and see. I think 2 weeks at least, because we're not getting another chapter of One Piece until like mid-January because of Golden Week and such. So that being said, the chapter overall, those are my thoughts about what happened to Sanji. But it is shocking. It's like, what the fuck? Especially, I'm a Sanji fanboy, okay? And there are possibilities of Sanji taking on Peckham's and whoever in combat. If it's the three-eyed girl and she's there for some reason, Sanji's automatically losing because he won't hit a woman. And I'm like, fuck, because then that means that he's a captive of Big Mom. And I'm like, no, please God, no, don't cook for this freaking sweet tooth. Oh no, not this big bitch. Oh God, no, I'm gonna start crying. All right, but whatever. It's not important. I'll say that for later. So, King Lightning, I'll do a full-blown discussion video on it. I'll reiterate some things. I'll talk about some new things and so on and so forth. So, the chapter review, the chapter overall, I think is actually a great chapter of One Piece. I think it was a nice ending for the year. And I will see you guys later. So, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice goddamn day. And by the way, I forgot to mention, but this I think was actually a good move on Oda's part because Peckham's was out of the picture for a very long time, considering the fact that we haven't seen him in God knows how long. Like ever since like the midway point, not the midway point, but ever since like maybe like a few months into Dressrosa, and it's been like a year plus since then. And the fact that this lion turtle, not on some like Last Airbender shit, but no, this lion turtle is actually a mink from Zoe, and he feels obligated to take care of all this business because he's from there. So that to me, I thought was actually a very good move as well. So, you know, Oda once again doing what he does best, being a freaking genius, Goda, living up to the name. All right. So that being said, now I'm done. So King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice goddamn day, and I'll see you guys in like 2+ weeks.